Hi Digital Arts, we're going to be working with selection tools today. So the three tools we're going to be focusing on are the marquee tool, the lasso tool, and the wand tool. When you select the marquee tool, you'll notice that you can, in the options, you have either the rectangular marquee or the elliptical marquee. So the difference is just a rectangle or a circle. And the way you create your selection is by clicking and dragging your mouse, and that's where your selection is. For the lasso tool, you have either a freehand lasso or a polygonal lasso. The way the freeform works, or freehand, is click and drag and just create whatever odd shape you want. Make sure to go back to the beginning, and there's your selection there. For the polygonal selection, just click and it'll drag a line, and each time you click it creates basically like a corner until you get to the end, and that is your selection. The wand tool selects by color. So if I have a line here and use the wand tool to select that line, you can see it is even sensitive enough to not pick up the gray area. So that's what each tool does. Now I want you to go ahead and save each image from Google Classroom, and you're going to open each one separately. You can either open them through the downloads or recent. If it's not showing where it says custom files, go ahead and click and hit all files, and all of them should show up. So we're going to grab the giraffe, and you can double click just like I did to grab them all. The 2 coins, the group coins, and the rows. All right, so let's put the rows to the side, the giraffe to the side. We're going to work on the coins for right now. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to select this copper coin right here, and we're going to move it on top of the other coins because it's kind of by itself right now. So in order to select the coin, we want the elliptical marquee. Now you notice that if I go on the coin and I start creating a circle, it doesn't go right on top of the coin. So picture this. There's basically a square around that circle, an imaginary square, and you have to pick at that corner, the upper corner of that square, and drag to grab your coin. Now, if I want to move this and I use the marquee tool to move it, you'll notice that it just moves the selection. I want to actually move the coin itself. So in order to do that, you want the move tool. Anything you want to move, always use the move tool. So let's go ahead and scoot that, and you can see there's a little shadow that I missed, but it's okay. We're not going for perfection right now. We're just going to play and make sure we know how to do this. One of your shortcuts on your worksheet is the deselect shortcut. So all these running ants here, if we want them to go away so that we can do something else, just hold down Control and the letter D at the same time, and you can see it deselects that and you don't have them anymore. So the next one are the coins. We're going to select the facing coin the same way. Just grab as much as you can. And then we're going to move it into the first workspace. So again, use the move tool, and you're going to drag it, and it's going to basically look like it disappeared and it's not anywhere to be seen. Don't panic. It is there. All you have to do is make sure your mouse is on the workspace that you want the image to be on, and just let go. So now you can go ahead and drag that coin wherever you want to go. So let's go ahead and save this work. This is the only one that you need to do step by step. So go to File and Save. We're going to name this Selection 1. You're going to make sure the format's JPEG because we're not going to go back into it to work on it. Quality, we want 100 always, and hit OK. So you're going to actually create a new folder, and you're going to name it Digital Arts Projects. So you're going to go ahead and open that folder. Whoops, I forgot I had another one, so let's open that. And you're going to go ahead and hit save. Since I already did this before, I already have one, but yours shouldn't ask that for you. And you can go ahead and save it and then close those two images. Okay. Now the next one we're going to work on is the giraffe. So all we're going to do is we're going to take out the background. And this is very, very simple. Anytime you have an image that has a solid color, all you need to do is use the magic wand or the wand tool. Click on the background. You can see that it selects the whole thing, and we're just going to delete it. So go ahead and hit the backspace button, and you notice that all the background goes away. And that's it. So deselect is, again, Control and the letter D. And that's it for this one. So this time you're going to save it as Selection 2, Quality 100. Make sure to save it in the same folder. Check to make sure that you're in the right folder and hit save. And again, I've done that before, so it's there. Close that out. And the last one is the rose. Now the rose, you can see it does not have a single color background. So if we were to use the wand right now, it would grab pieces, but not all the background that we want. So in order to do that, we need to use the lasso tool in the free form. And you're just going to click and drag. And you don't, again, have to be very perfect, but I do want you to kind of take your time, be a little neater than I am. Try not to get very much of the background, but don't cut out the flower. Let's go back to the beginning, let go, and you got your running ants. Now, right now we have the rose. So if I were to hit backspace, you'd be deleting your rose. So I want the background. How do we get the background? You want to right click on the background and hit invert selection, which means flip it. Okay, the other way you can do it is by going up to edit and again, invert selection. So you can see the running ants go all the way around the border as well as the flower. Now if we delete it, you are not deleting the flower. So we're going to go ahead and deselect that. And this time we're going to save this as Selection 3. JPEG 100. Okay. Save it into the Digital Arts Projects folder. And close out. Now the last thing I want to show you is how to add to your selection. So let's say you created a circular selection and there's another circle here you want. Now if you start selecting again, then it makes the first one disappear. So to add to your selection, you're going to hold shift and you can see that little tiny plus sign now that appeared. That tells you that you're adding your selection, and now you can see all your selections are staying. Now say I don't want all of these, or I want to cut a hole in some of my selections, you're going to use Control. So now you can see a little minus sign show up. So now I can either take out a whole selection or cut little holes into some of the other selections I created. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So now you're going to be working on the Paradise project. And at that point, I will be introducing that to everybody as a class. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.